Welcome back from the break. Let's move on, Sunil.
Nitya, we have with us our own decorated personality. He's not just a politician, he is the community's face in New Jersey, actually a now national leader. Our own Upendra Chivukula ji is with us, and he has won by a landslide victory once again. I think this is his 5th term, if not 6th, and he was 3 times the mayor of the city I used to live in at one time. And let's get him on the phone.
Definitely.
Upendra ji, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you, Sunil.
Good evening, Mr. Chivukula. We congratulate you for your landslide victory, which in just shade below Bobby Jindal, who completely annihilated his opponents by 66%. I believe you are at 64% by all counts. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
What do you think about it? This is your 5th term?
This is elected for the 6th term.
Oh my God. Congratulations. We are proud of you. Tell us why people elect you year after year after year, term after term after term.
It's a good question. I think I have been doing good constituent service. People feel that they can reach out to me if they have any concerns or issues. And also, in terms of the legislative accomplishments, I have a number of accomplishments. I have more than 50 bills that were signed into law. And people see that I am a professional, and as an electrical engineer, bring my science and technology background into the area, and also bring a fresh, honest face to talk to the voters directly about how it should be done and what are the real issues, and the people appreciate that straightforwardness.
That is for sure. They get you elected the first time, as if I may point out to President Obama, he won on the similar ground, being seen as a very new, fresh, honest face. But then it is all up to performance, because you can't be winning term after term after term like you have won the 6th term. I'm not sure even President will get to the 2nd term. It is all about performance. As you said, you have been bringing bills after bills after bills, and your focus remains what they call the renewable energy. And you very smartly connected with the Indian belief of reincarnation. So it's very smart comparison to the renewable energy, as you call it. So reincarnation is kind of connected with that. So tell us, what is this focus of yours about renewable energy?
Well, when we look at the sun and the wind, they're around, and there are technologies that are available, also water, and we can harness energy from the natural elements, and thereby try to become energy independent, because right now we import billions of dollars of oil from foreign nations. And if we can, sun is shining on America in New Jersey, and when I started 8 years ago, there were only 6 solar installations. Now we have more than 10,000 installations, thanks to your legislation I was fortunate enough to sponsor. And also I have legislations in offshore wind. New Jersey does not have that much wind onshore, but offshore, if you go 10, 15 miles, we have class 4 winds, which are enough to produce 1,100 megawatts of energy. So I'm working on biomass and various renewable sources, because they're right there, and initially they're expensive, but as you start implementing them, putting the infrastructure together, they become more and more affordable, and so that makes us self-reliant.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I am in tune with the nature, and there is so much that is unexplored, and that's what excites me about renewable energy, because if you are looking at fossil fuels, oil, natural gas, there is a finite amount of supply, and whereas the sun has been shining for thousands or millions of years, and so we should be able to harness that for a very long time. Similarly, wind and water energies. So I think that's why that fascinates me, that aspect of the sustainable and renewable.
Especially at a time when the gas prices are going above $4 per gallon, an eye on alternate sources to tap on, and somehow find an alternative solution to this challenge is certainly going to make you a focus. Now, being so particularly into an issue which is global actually, and you have been constantly a state level player for New Jersey, we think and we want you to see as a national player. Why not?
Of course, yeah. Thank you. From your lips to God's ears, yes.
We really think, Upendra, that of course you just celebrated 60th birthday. You have a very good, time ahead of you, and especially you are coming at a time when the Indo-American relationships are going through wonders. You just know that two of the governors in America are Indians. One won again by landslide victory. You won by landslide victory, and we have other few people in the other counties and in their cities they have won in the council positions. We sincerely think you are one of the very few elected members. We want you to, we wish you to be a national player and represent India or Indians or South Asians or the ethnic community as it is called in North America, to be leading this at the top level.
Thank you very much. I think it is important that as our population grows in America, and we have to put our qualified, smart people in front, and so that way we get real uplifting of our image in America.
Yeah. Thank you once again. Congratulations and it's time for you to celebrate your sixth term election, and we will constantly be keeping an eye on your work and reporting it to the viewers that we have and readers we have. Once again, have a good night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So Nitya, you heard even the voice tells you this person is so humble, so simple.
Right.
This is sixth term, and after 3 terms as a mayor, this is true growth. Position after position, work after work, delivery after delivery, and look at his focus is on alternate energy.
Exactly.
I think he has a way to go if he could just aggressively position himself at a national level, which is very capable of, and let the rest of the country know about his work, the mainstream included. I think we have a star player in Upendra Chivkula.
Sounds like it.
Another person in the growth strategy, growth area for us is Dr. Sudhanshu Prasad.
Right.
Very humble guy, very, very humble guy. He's a doctor, practicing doctor at JFK Hospital in Edison, New Jersey. And he just one day decided to serve for the community, and he was the councilman for the city of Edison, where you have Republicans in power. And on top of that, 30% are Indians.
Right.
What they call Desis. And he was also in the race with 2 more people. In fact, in his own area, there was one more fellow Indian competing against him. And we have him also. Let's bring him live on the show. Dr. Sudhanshu Prasad, welcome to our show Eye on South Asia, and many, many congratulations from all of us for your victory. Once again, this is the beginning of your 2nd term. I know you had a very long haul for the last couple of months. Must be tired, but we wanted to congratulate you and speak to you briefly. What do you think about it? What do you feel about it? First term was always like who knows what's going to happen, what I'm going to do, let me give it a shot, as you used to say. This is now real. What is your feeling?
Sure. Thank you very much. Before I answer that question, I really want to wish all your listeners the anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev Ji's birthday. So I really am honored to be on your station on such an auspicious day.
Yes.
Thank you very much. First time around, you are novice. You think you know a lot about your community, about the way things are done, but there is always a learning curve. And second time around, of course, that curve, that thing is not there. I am a lot more familiar with the way things happen. I know the problems firsthand because so many people come and talk to me about their issues, different issues from every angle of every issue. So I'm definitely more familiar, and also, experience does teach you a thing or two. So going forward, I think I'll be able to help the residents of Edison, New Jersey, and especially our Desi community a little better than I was able to do in my first term.
Now, first term was a honeymoon. Even then, you took on many, many challenges, including, we believe, Dussehra which is one of the biggest festivals celebrated in your township, was not being given permission, and the council was against it, and you fought against it, and you won.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think it was all possible because of the support our community put to me, and the support and the fighting spirit that they displayed. They had made up their mind that this is an event that has been happening in Edison for the last several years, and they wanted to make sure it happens because if we are in Edison, I think our festivals, our events should happen in Edison. So they were gung-ho, and I was there to lead them to victory. And it was actually the administration which had denied, not the council. Council was the one that gave them the permission, of course, and I, being part of it, was leading the fight.
That was wonderful, and community respects you and thanks you for that. On the other hand, you also took a very firm stand, if you remember, a few years ago, against Joel Stein's article in Time magazine. And you actually made the council to pass a resolution against it, which was a very big step from our point of view. What made you think so?
Well, I think that article, anybody who read that article didn't think it was funny. I think the way I understood was that, he is a writer. He writes sarcastic articles, which
That's
is good, but that article went beyond that. And one of the things that he tried to do was denigrate. He denigrated more than just the Asian community, but it was not in good taste. I don't think it was funny. I think somewhere along the line he missed his main point. I think number one, we have freedom of speech here, which is very important to all of us. We can criticize anybody and everybody, but I think there should be some responsibility too. And we wanted to make sure that he reflects, or anybody else reflects the community in proper lights. I don't think we should be just praised for everything. Everything should come out. If there is something bad, that should come out. Something good, that should come out. But that article really didn't do anything at all. I think it was just written in bad taste, and it was my duty to make sure that the position was put right. And that's why I actually, in my resolution that I had introduced, I had asked him to come over and talk to the community and tell us exactly what he meant to say, because I think I think his idea that he was saying something right was not there. It was not funny. It was not right. And I gave him a chance to come and explain to us. Unfortunately, he decided not to come.
Yeah, of course, he didn't have the spine to take it up. It was not going to be easy for him. But we congratulate you once again, and we commend you for the extraordinary work you've done in the last term. But that's being said, as you know, in this business, every day is a new day, and you have a new challenge in front of you. So you have a glorious term standing in front of you, and community this time has a huge expectation from you. And we wish you well, keeping an eye on you. Week after week, we'll be reporting on our show, Eye on South Asia. Thank you for coming on it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad. So Nitya, this man took a position a few years ago when that article came up on the Time magazine.
Right.
And he's got his second term. Now is the real politics. Now is the real work when it starts. His honeymoon is over.
Right. I don't think it was a honeymoon for him even back then, especially with the controversy that it generated back then, the article. So I think he started his real work quite a long time back.
So Nitya, now this is the last story, and what a wonderful thing. The very hyped movie, Raw One, and they were targeting for at least 100 crores, as they call it these days in Indian Bollywood movies, as was their target. I don't know what happened, what is the latest count, whether it reached 100, 200, or 50 crores, I don't know about it. But the best thing about this movie was it showed a unique initiative of one of the corporates from America, Western Union.
Right.
And they have been really serving the Indian, all global community actually, but Indians benefited from it in last 1.5 decades.
Absolutely.
When they have been helping send money to India on small festivals, small needs to your mother, your brother, your sister, your father, your children sometimes. And this time they took this movie as an initiative to do a global marketing through, behind it, PR, to promote this movie and identify a Western Union with the character, which is what they call G1 in this movie. And they say Western Union Association recognizes the symbolism behind the movie anchored to a superhero called G1, a character that signifies heroic love and commitment to his family and world of good and evil, which is what Western Union stands up for.
Definitely.
And Nidhi Gupta, she is the senior marketing manager for Western Union based out of California. G1, the hero of Raw One, calls to mind real life superheroes, fathers and mothers, working hard to make any sacrifice for the welfare and happiness of their children, and in particular, the millions of Indian parents who work overseas. That was her connection from Western Union to sponsoring or supporting a movie called Raw One.
Well, it's a smart connection, and it paid off. I could see Ravan everywhere through the combined efforts.
Western Union is certainly paid off. I don't know if it paid off for Raw One, because I don't know, Mr. Khan has been able to reach his target of 100 crore or whatever, 10 million or whatever it's called, $25 million.
That's another story we'll have to talk about.
Yeah, once we get the count, eventually after a month, we get 4 weeks of total collections.
Right.
But extraordinary initiative by Western Union, who have been always there for any community event, everything that we have done. And we look forward to that continued support from them.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Time sure flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, it was certainly fun. I could probably give more stories, but we have one more week, next week, week after week, we'll be here.
Definitely. Stay with us as we traverse through the highs and lows of the Asian Indians staying here in this community. Thank you so much for watching us on ION South Asia. I am Nitya Karthik signing off.
And I'm Sunil Hali. Keep on watching us week after week on ION South Asia on Crossings TV. And also we are available on YouTube anywhere in the world at any time. See you next week.